coming up. So to give you a short agenda, what we will be talking today is a little bit of the market scenario to let you know where Bitop stands today in the market. Understanding extremolites, it's a unique word, and so is the molecule, and so is the active ingredient. So we understand what is extremolite, how is it linked to ectoine, and how can it be linked to the cosmetics world. Moving forward, of course, I will present a little bit about the technical details, the composition, and of course, the claim substantiation. The clinical efficacy will be a very quick run through because I want to respect time. So of course, we can have a short Q&A after the presentation is finished. And then of course, a little bit of glimpse about the success stories, which is the most favorite part in my presentation, if you ask me. So let me begin. If we look at the current global market dynamics, we understand that personal care and cosmetics are definitely going to hold a lot of market value and importance. For Bitop, it is also important to understand the global market dynamics because ectoine, being a historic molecule, offers claim substantiation and clinical efficacy every year with a new study with new claims. So it's a historic molecule, but based on the market dynamics, based on which category is dominating, based on what product claims are trending, we try to offer all our customers exclusive claims which are very recent, meeting the current market trends. A little bit idea about the shift in the consumer trends. So we also try to monitor, we also try to understand if there is a shift. First of all, why is there a shift in the consumer trend? Followed by that, we provide a solution that, okay, that's the consumer trend at the moment. How can you fit in ectoine natural, bioactives natural, according to your company's product portfolio, according to your company's profile or the core ethical value of your formulation? So what I would like to point out here basically is consumers are now not just looking for a moisturizer, or they're not just looking for a lipstick, they're looking for functional cosmetics or functional personal care. They want SPF protection, they want hydration, they want nourishment, they want anti-inflammatory properties, they want skin brightening, and much more. Everything in one product. And that's where ectoine and glycoine come in picture, because these are multifunctional, sustainable, biotech, lab-grown active ingredients. So as I always talk about lab-grown, that's because at the moment you see any social media platform globally, Google, TikTok, LinkedIn, everywhere, hashtag lab-grown is trending. That is the only reason why we talk about sustainability linking to lab-grown. Biotechnology is a gift that science has given to us, and we are very proud and happy to be a biotech-based company where we are talking and also promoting sustainable ingredients and sustainability. So we have ectoine natural, which is also available as our latest launch, which is ectoine oil for all the oil-based formulations for the makeup industry, especially. If you look at incorporating ectoine, which is a classic, globally renowned water-soluble molecule, if you want all the properties of ectoine in an oil-based formulation, we have introduced, especially for all the anhydrous sustainable formulations, ectoine oil. And we have another biomolecule, which is glycerol glucoside as Bitop glycogen. And as you can see, they are going to go in all of your categories in the product portfolio. So as I said, we are sustainable. We have highly efficacious bioactives for all your cosmetics, personal care. And one word that you notice here, which is minimalistic or minimalism, is actually the current consumer trend. We are talking about clean beauty. We are talking about global, I think it's a kind of chain of claims which are linked to these three words: clean beauty, sustainability, biotechnology, and minimalism. Minimalism, I think all the scientists here, all the formulators here would be very much in agreement to this minimalism as a concept because less number of ingredients means less costing of the product. Less costing means it's an economical or an affordable formulation because as much as we want efficacy, as much as we want multifunctionality, we always have a cost bracket to serve. And that's where ectoine or glycoine will definitely be a top choice for an active ingredient in such a formulation as well. Now, as I said, I would like to talk briefly about the extremolites. So on this flow, so the image on the left you see is a salt lake desert, and this is a savanna desert in the southern Africa. So for example, there are several habitats where life is simply impossible to survive. Geysers or salt lakes, deserts, these are places where you cannot find living organisms. But to our astonishment or surprise, there are several microorganisms which are able to survive. One such is an extremolite, which is ectonatural. You see the image on the left. That is the halophilic bacteria, which is Halomonas elongata. That is the Bitop specific strain, not found anywhere else or produced by anywhere else except for Bitop, and that's the molecular or the chemical structure of ectoine. So it's actually these extremolites which are able to protect the microorganisms which are surviving in these lethal or dangerous habitat conditions is because they produce these extremolites. Ectoine being one, and glycoine natural, the little plant that you can see here is Myrothamnus flamidifolia, and we call it as a resurrection plant. So basically, it really looks like a dead plant. I will show the coming slides later. But also, with a few drops of water, it will regreen itself less than 24 hours. This beautiful property of regreening itself is like rejuvenating. And that exactly is what we put into our cosmetics or personal care products, which is the power of rejuvenation. That's the chemical structure of glycoine natural. So today, ectoine natural and glycoine natural are the only two made in Germany available extremolites, which can use in a wide range of cosmetics and personal care. A little bit about the technical data and composition. So it's a small cyclic amino acid derivative. If you have a question, which amino acid? It's an aspartic acid derivative, or aspartic to be very specific. And it's a water-soluble, very easy to formulate, being a manufacturing process, which is divided into three phases. Basically, the formation of ectoine consists of fermentation, ultrafiltration, nanofiltration, ion exchange, and crystallization. It's a simple process. The number of steps are reduced, which means we are trying to do our bit towards sustainability. Not a long process and not a long way to achieve ectoine. And as I already said earlier, that it's formulated, it's developed from a Bitop specific strain of the halophilic bacteria of Halomonas elongata. And this entire process is represented, and its compliance is with the ISO 13485, which is also equivalent to the pharma GMP. And when I'm talking about how are we sustainable, we of course want to see some numbers and we want to understand what is behind these numbers. So when you talk about reducing water consumption, reduction of carbon dioxide emission, as we all know, is a very big topic to control or reduce the carbon footprint when we are talking about producing or manufacturing ingredients. Reduction of the electricity, reduction of sodium hydroxide, and definitely 0% of natural gas, active charcoal, or any other chemical. So usually, if you want to produce a molecule or an extremolite like ectoine, at certain stages and steps, we do need natural gas or active charcoal, but we have not used it, and that's our bit of being sustainable. Now I would like to explain a little bit about the mode of action, but there is a video which I would like to run through while I'm explaining. So ectoine is a miraculous molecule, and what it does is it forms, in simple words, ectoine hydrocomplexes. This is what happens when ectoine comes in contact with water molecules. So this is how it will, like a magnet, it will draw or attract all the water molecules to itself. And there will be several ectoine hydrocomplexes which will be formed that is how your skin lipid bilayer or your skin will be protected by a physical barrier. And it also preserves all your essential skin components, proteins, the enzymes, also with DNA. We have also proven clinical studies how ectoine is protecting the DNA as well. And without the presence of ectoine, of course, as you can see, the natural skincare components, the DNA, will be definitely damaged. But in presence of the protective barrier, which is created by ectoine, it preserves all these essential skincare components as well as protect your skin. So be it sunlight, be it any kind of inflammatory, inflammatory causing the active ingredients or so on and so forth. So 1 second, please. So if I want to just draw down into 1, 2, and 3, what will ectoine do for a better therapy? So lots of water molecules gather. Ectoine hydrocomplexes are formed, which means there is increased hydration. It will be a long-term hydration. There will be a higher activity of cell boosting. So basically, it's the rejuvenation of your skin. Your skin becomes more protected. Your skin becomes rejuvenated, and it protects and repairs your skin. And the last is the reduction of the oxidative stresses. So all these inflammatory cytokines and all the kinds of components which are released into your skin as a result of inflammation basically damage your skin. But at the very first step, ectoine will be reducing the oxidative stress, and therefore it will also reduce all this damage which is caused due to the inflammation or the inflammatory cascade. And now I will just go through the efficacy, not in much detail, because I also want to present URAI. So we have anti-aging efficacy. What I would like to mention before I start the efficacy is ectoine and glycoine both can be used from a concentration of 0.3 or 0.5%, and you can go up to 2%. So the best part about these molecules is you can go as low as 0.3 and as high as 2%, 4%, 5%. So the first study is anti-aging efficacy. This was a double-blind study, and we tested the roughness, elasticity, wrinkle volume, everything improved. We also did a similar study with, as you can see, the concentration is only 0.5% here. And this was also for all the signs of aging, and we saw improvement in all these parameters. The image, you can see just here that this is with 0.5% ectoine. The crow's feet under eyes of both the pediatric patients is quite improved. Skin barrier repair. So this is a very beautiful and the most widely applicable clinical claim and study that we refer to is barrier protection. Today, you Google one product and you get thousands of products if you write skin barrier protection cream or skin barrier protection serum. So we have tested again here cream containing 1% ectoine with hydrocortisone. Why hydrocortisone? All of you who are familiar with the pharmaceutical steroids or corticosteroids understand that it has an excellent efficacy, but also a lot of side effects. So we tested it against hydrocortisone because we want to prove that ectoine, being 100% natural active ingredient, can do equal justice to protect your skin barrier, just like an active pharmaceutical ingredient does, or an API. And we were able to see a great improvement in both the transient of water loss as well as the redness, which was improved by just 8-7. Then we have anti-pollution efficacy, which is also an in vivo study. Here, what we did is we tested malondialdehyde. So why malondialdehyde? Because when pollution damages your skin, there is lipid peroxidation that occurs on your skin. And a byproduct of this is malondialdehyde. So the more the malondialdehyde means, the more the damage which is caused to your skin. And we were able to see that just 1% of ectoine remarkably reduced around 50% of the damage which was caused due to pollution. Then we have skin brightening and lightening efficacy. Here we tested hypo and hypopigmentation, and of course, how much is the skin improves in terms of brightness or the lightness. So the lightness and skin pigmentation were improved in 56 and 84 days. Skin brightening is a very slow process, especially if you want to test it in the mature skin. So we always take subjects with mature skins. If it works on them, it definitely works on a younger looking or younger skin, basically. So that's why 56 and 84 days, it's a slow process, but it has proven in vivo results. The next is long-lasting skin hydration. So as we understand that hydration is one of the most important efficacy that ectoin has. So here we had both 0.5 and 1% of ectoin, and we had skin hydration tested where from day 12 to day 19, we stopped the application and we measured again at day 19, and we saw that almost the same level of hydration was maintained. So long-term hydration benefit as well. This is one of the studies we have for hair and scalp. We have another study. Basically, what ectoin does is, apart from having these efficacy of reducing the scalp dryness, redness, irritation, or dandruff, what it does is, in all the surfactant-based formulation, it will reduce the harshness of your surfactants as well. That's an additional benefit. If you're looking to make milder formulations with additional multifunctional claims, ectoin is your go-to active. So this is the scalp of the subject on day 0. You see it has dandruff, the subject has flakes, redness, and on day 28, it's a strong and a healthy scalp again. The last study that I would present for ectoin is the anti-irritant efficacy. We all know that retinol is the hero when we want to talk about an anti-aging active ingredient, but it also comes with a lot of side effects like redness, irritation, inflammation, so on and so forth. What we did here, we wanted to combine ectoin with retinol to show that how ectoin also is an efficacious active to repair your skin even after the damage is caused. So let me show you this little graphical representation. So this is actually, if you can see here, this is 0.5% retinol. This is day 0 and day 7. This redness is the increased red blood cell concentration, which means there's high inflammation in your skin. Now, to this already damaged or already inflamed skin, at day 14, we start applying just the first day. And if you see at day 21, it regains its original state as day 0. So this is basically explaining that how ectoin is actually it's helping to reduce the damage which is already caused. This is exactly the same study. So let me please move on to glycol natural. The brand is Bitop natural. It's used right nucleoside and aqua. That's the inky. It is manufactured by patented biotechnological enzymatic reaction. So the only difference between ectoin and ectoin is fermentation, and this is enzymatic reaction. That's the only difference between the two processes. Again, it's water soluble, easy to formulate, has a wide range of pH, and we have all the certifications: EcoCert, Cosmos, True, Halal, and also China compliant. And the very simple way to explain the mode of action for glycol is that if you see that the normal state or status of your skin, where you see that your skin is hydrated, you're in stressful conditions. So stressful conditions are not just pollution or damage, it's also aging. Aging is a natural process. As your skin is getting mature, it loses its hydration status. So it's quite a challenge to maintain the hydration status in a mature skin if you compare it to a younger skin. And that's exactly what glycol does, that in such a stressful skin health or condition, glycol, because it's an extremonide, it has osmotic properties. What it will do is it will actually lower the stress between these two lipid bilayers, and it will provide instant hydration as well as long-term hydration. That's a differentiation between ectoin and glycol. So ectoin provides long-term hydration, but glycol provides both instant and long-term hydration. Now, I will quickly go through the efficacy, not too much in detail, but just want to give you an idea about what claims are associated with glycol. So it also has anti-aging efficacy. We tested the skin firmness, roughness, wrinkle volume, all the types of elasticity. These are the images. So if you look at all our subjects, they're going to be mature subjects. We always like to test our products on the most mature skins. It does really wonders on the younger skin as well. As I said, instant hydration, which is just after a single application, we tested it up to 8 hours, and also it's up to 24 hours. We have another report where also we have 24 hours of hydration in one application. So after 2 hours, 4 hours, and 8 hours, this is exactly the result that you can see. We also have long-term hydration, which is cutaneous hydration. Cutaneous hydration also has different terminology like deep hydration or in-depth hydration. I don't know how can I correlate it with more similar word, but it's a deep nourishment of hydration and not just a superficial hydration. So here also we saw that there was an improvement by 45% in the cutaneous hydration status. Because we talk a lot about its excellent hydration capacity, we wanted to do a small lab test to see how much of glycolate natural is equivalent in efficacy when we compare it with hyaluronic acid. So we know that hyaluronic acid is a gold standard, and we wanted to show that glycolate also has a similar efficacy. But if you compare the molecules, hyaluronic acid is actually a very bigger molecule. It's a heavy molecule, long-chain molecule, but glycolate on the other side is a very small molecule. So what result you see is also in the efficacy, which is the sensory part. So you will not get a tactile feeling if you're using glycolate. The next couple of slides to respect time, I will run through. This was increase of stiffness and elasticity. We had another study where we show that there's an increase in the production of ATP. So that's also how we call glycogen as a cell enzyme. Then we have efficacy to show the growth factor stimulation, to show how your skin repairs itself faster in presence of glycogen. And that's the end of the efficacy studies. If I want to sum up, this is actually what Ecto-E Natural has in store when you talk about the efficacy, about the claims. It's more than what I presented, but there can be questions, of course, which I can answer later on. Glyco-E, also I could present a lot of studies, but it also has good light protection and microbiome support. And Ecto-E oil, which was the oil-based or anhydrous formulations or the sustainable formulations. So I already presented about Bitop, but one thing that I would like to also mention additionally is we also have our new active ingredient, which is made Ecto-E exclusively for medical devices as well. And that should be it. This is my favorite part. These are some of the recent success stories. So if you see any products, if you have any questions, please look at the Inky list. You will always find Ecto-E. I think Evolve, Ceramidin, Chanel, Dermalogica, these are some of our recent success stories. And yeah, I'm happy to answer any questions. Thank you for your